Alright guys, what is up? This is going to be the intro to the intro to the intro video on the channel. So yeah, I've had a lot of channels in the past. I'm passionate about games, game hunting, so I've had some channels like that. Another passion of mine since I've been younger has been ghost hunting and ghost hunting shows, horror shows, tons of stuff like that. I grew up in a couple houses when I was younger that gave me some weird experiences that I couldn't explain, some situations I couldn't debunk, and it's kind of always made me curious. Then I grew up for just love of everything horror, haunted, stuff like that. 24, just to put in perspective, the first movie I ever went and seen in movie theaters was Blair Witch Project. So it was like cartoons to me, dude. I used to go to bed watching stuff like that. So now, I have fun with YouTube, and I've always done stuff that's all my passion. One of my passions, but a passion I never really got to act on, is ghost hunting. Watch a bunch of shows of it. We've watched some YouTubes, like Sam and Kobe, TFIL, some stuff like that too. Paranormal Files. A lot of YouTube channels, a lot of TV shows, and I became a big fan of it. Well, I want to try it out. I want to give it a shot. I haven't had any experiences in years since those houses, and I was very young, so at the same time, even though I couldn't debunk them, I don't have the most detailed memories of some of them. And I would like to be able to go get my own proof. I know everyone's chasing the dream of catching something on camera. I can't say that I'm not. I am more about experiencing it myself, but at the same time, guys, I want to help you guys believe. I want to show you guys. I'm going to give you guys something that says, yeah, look, that's 110% true. Ghosts are real. And I'm going to swerve into the other line and become a ghost myself. Yeah, so this is going to be the first video. I am going to have two people with me in this video. I'm going to slow down, let this car go by. This car not going to go by. Car going to go by. I'm just going to go. I try to let you go. Traffic anyways. But this first video, I'm going to have a couple people with me. I'm going to have Andy. He's a buddy of mine that I went to high school with. He's into this as well. And he's been to the location we've been to a bunch of times. I mean, we're going to a bunch of times. Another guy named Mike. He is from I think it was a Catholic school. He is a proud, like, atheist, doesn't believe in anything. I'm religious myself, and Andy is a little bit of both. So I think we have a good mix of different backstories and things like that to go out here and hunt together. The first location is going to be a little small, guys. It is your typical crybaby bridge story. If you're familiar with the Cincinnati area, that's where I live, it is called Lick Road. Now, there's a couple different variations of the story, but they all basically pertain to this woman named Amy dying, and potentially a baby dying, her dying while pregnant. Bunch of different stories. I'll go into the actual night of the chasing, hunting, whatever you want to call it. This is 2 days beforehand. This is Monday. I just wanted to make a clip showing some of the crappy weather we're dealing with. We're going to be ghost hunting in the snow, so that's going to be fun. I haven't seen anyone do that before, so maybe that'll have more of a reaction because there's energy in the environment. But also, another thing it's going to do is it's going to tell us that 90% chance no one else is going to be out there, which is awesome, because a lot of the times if someone else is out there, you can get spooked, panic, stuff like that. And going back into not necessarily like an abandoned road, but kind of like an abandoned road, you always run the situation of running into someone who you don't want to run into. So hopefully we'll be able to avoid that by going kind of in this weather. But yeah, we'll be doing it Wednesday night. I'm going to kind of go deeper into the stories about Amy and Lick Road as we're driving there. I'll probably have Andy tell some of them. Because like I said, he's got the most experience with the location itself. And there's a ton of other spots in the area that I want to try out. But Andy does have some experience with Lick Road. I'll have him go over some of its legends and stuff like that, while also going over some of his stories too. And we are I currently live in northern Cincinnati, and they currently live in Hamilton. So as well, once we get this video out, get this videos rolling, if anyone wants to meet with us, go with us, or if anyone has any recommendations to the area, let me know. So this is kind of just like a brief intro. I'll get into more of my backstory as the videos go on. But I want to tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about what this channel is about, and a little bit about what we're trying to experience and what we're doing. Thank you guys, and I appreciate any support the channel gets. I know I've ran a couple YouTube channels now. Starting is the roughest part, especially because this doesn't pertain to my other fields. So I'm not going to shout them out on other YouTube channels. I'm just going to give this a fresh start. So anything you guys could do to support the channel, likes, comments, subscribes, interactions with us are all super appreciated, guys, because it's kind of what helps to get everything going. And the bigger it can get, the more we can do, the more we experience, the more we can try out. So I'm pretty excited about this channel, guys. I hope this is a decent video and gets you guys excited, but stay tuned. Welcome to Vice Guys Ghost Hunting, and welcome to Lake Road. What would you consider the over-under that Mike is going to get terrified tonight?
We play some bets. Is it just you two going?
Me, him, and a third person named Andy, ironically. More hair, less always a ginger. And less Armenian, so he has less jump.
Drug dealer?
No, just because his ginger doesn't mean he's the...
Dealer?
I know a ginger drug dealer. Shout out Scott. I don't know if he deals drugs anymore. He used to. But shout out Scott.
See,
if
the
you see
thing
this.
is, you can't be
I'm a crackhead.
You can't be a drug dealer. Marijuana's legal.
We're dealing crack.
Well, I wouldn't sell crack, but
Crack cocaine and demons. Let's fucking
I
go.
don't know.
With the G-Eazy haircut.
He plays it off as he might not get spooked, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get spooked.
That's why I'm bringing a machete.
So that's a horrible idea.
You cannot cut Ghost.
And also, you can cut me. So then it becomes a very
You're
concerning
You're
part.
in trouble. How's it going?
You can cut me
What brings you
with a
in?
machete. What is up, guys? It is Vice Guys Ghost Hunting back today. Also, I want to make a disclaimer because I was trying to add another YouTube channel to my current YouTube channel playlist, my YouTubes. I've had two currently. I was trying to run with a third, and it's not letting me create a third. So it's not letting me delete one either. Oh, this guy has caught me speeding like a crap ton of times on this road, and he caught someone else besides me. So I'm pretty freaking excited right now. I have a total of 3 times I've been caught speeding, and twice has been on this road because they hide in these trees and they catch you when the speed limit changes. Assholes. Not cops are assholes, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Also, ignore the windshield being a little dirty. If you live anywhere where it snows on a regular basis, you know this happens from time to time. I am going to clear it off for you guys, though, before we actually head out there so you can see the footage of the road, things like that. Now, I am going to go pick up Mike right now, and we're going to wait on Andy to get off work. We're going to head out. So the next thing you're going to see is I'm going to be at Mike's house. I'm going to kind of be going deeper into everything with him. Andy you've seen in the previous clip is a different Andy than the other Andy. That's another Andy we work with. But yeah, guys, so my goal tonight, we're not going to stay out here too long because it is going to be super late. The haunt's very simple. It's a short trail up to a bridge. And it is super cold, by the way. And we're still kind of getting our feet wet, so we don't have too much equipment. So we're going to be out there for a little bit, nothing too crazy. I'm going to try to do as few cuts as possible because, and granted, I'm not calling anyone out or saying this is true, but a lot of times I watch ghost hunting on YouTube. They'll cut and they say, you won't believe what happened when the camera was off, this, and that happened. Now, I do believe more does tend to happen with the camera off. I think ghosts are somewhat aware. Well, I don't want to say ghosts. Spirits are somewhat aware, and maybe they get a little gun shy, because I do believe a lot of people's experiences off camera are more intense than the on camera when they film on a regular basis. But hey, I'm going to try to do as few cuts as possible. That way you see it's as legitimate as possible. So the big thing about this channel, guys, not only do I want to go and experience some spooky things, some crazy things with me and some of my friends, but I want to take you guys along too. The thing is, I like watching crap like this. I'm trying my best to censor myself. I don't necessarily cuss a lot, but I do cuss a decent amount, and I'm trying my best not to. But I do like watching crap like this. So I do want to show you guys kind of this. Yeah, you can see every time a light hits. If you don't live in an area when it snows, it's a combination of all the salt on the road, the snow, and a lot of other stuff. Sometimes it can make your windshield pretty nasty. I'm going to wipe it off the speedway. But, so I do want to make a product for you guys that I would enjoy watching myself. Now, this video probably is going to be about a 30-minute video, maybe a little bit longer. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual. Most videos will have an intro, some history on the place, footage, and a recap. This has an intro to the channel, a little bit more, once again, kind of dialogue here, talking about the channel, talking about events. Then I'm going to do kind of like an intro to the haunt. Then we're going to do the haunt, then the review. So this has some extra steps in it. So even though this may be one of our shorter actual trips, this may be an equal video to a longer trip. Yeah, so just to explain that a little bit, because I want to kind of go into so much detail on this instead of just starting over like completely out of nowhere, like, okay, camera click, we're at Lick Road. So I kind of want to give a little backstory there too. So next clip you're going to see is me at Mike's house, stopping to get some Taco Bell. He's getting a charger for his GoPro. This may be edited with some other footage from his GoPro, depending on if we get anything. If it's a pretty simple 9, it'll probably be all of a cell phone camera. Now the beautiful thing about being a phone salesman, it is a iPhone Pro Max, so the camera on it is pretty beautiful. You can't tell right now because of the screen, but you won't be lacking anything in the camera quality. And as we do this more serious, also we are going to be picking up more equipment as well. So guys, the next thing you're going to see is me at Mike's house. Stay tuned. Also, one last thing I'm going to toss in, guys. Even though this is a simpler haunt, it's your typical small town, well, not even small town, it's technically in Cincinnati, your typical hometown crybaby bridge, even though there is some real history of deaths in the area and bodies in the area, which is unfortunate. I'm not going to say the names out of respect to their family. It's not going to be considered too major of a haunting, even though it is one of the larger ones in the area, supposedly. But tonight was kind of weird. So I was at my house, roommates were both at work, and my roommate's dogs start barking like crazy. Like, I literally thought someone was at the door, and they start growling and everything, and nobody was there. And then another hour later, he did the same thing, and I thought that was really kind of creepy and eerie. And then in the other room next to me, I heard a couple bangs. Granted, we do have dogs and cats, and it may just be the nervousness of the night we're coming into. But those things both were pretty creepy. Plus, I was watching some Sam and Kobe hunts. Shout out to them. They're some of the guys who inspired me to actually make the channel himself. So that also may have been it too. And then I was looking for, I am a religious person. I was looking for my grandfather's cross to bring with me, and I couldn't find it too, which is also kind of weird. Granted, once again, to debunk that, I am a super messy person. So I guarantee if I went through my room, cleaned it up a decent amount, I'd find it real quick. In the future, I am going to try to take that on hunts with me, so it is close to me and it's important to me. I do have a little mini cross with me tonight that is my mother gave to me, so it's not as sentimental. My grandfather was actually praying with a cross before he went to the hospital and passed away. He was never too much of a religious man, but yet he was seen kneeling at his bed praying before he went to the hospital last time before he perished. And when he went in the hospital, it wasn't something like he knew, like it was obvious he was dying and they took him there. He had a couple medical issues and they were taking him to the hospital. So I think it was something, it is something important to me, and I really do appreciate that cross. So that will be something in future videos. Those were some odd things I noticed. Once again, stuff that's easily to debunk, because all of it can be as simple as a messy room and animals going crazy and animals being a little loud and rowdy. But I still want to include it in there, just because if it is something more than that, I don't want to dismiss it. But like I said, I'm not a skeptic because I do believe in it. I'm kind of a skeptic about tonight's location, even though I'm sure there is some kind of residual thing there, because, and I'll explain what happened there later in the next clip at Mike's. But I'm not as big thinking it is a massive haunted location. So I don't think it was necessarily anything, but I did want to include it in there. Stay tuned, guys. This is Ghost Hunting 101, boys. Key part of every ghost hunting trip: Taco Bell. I have a mobile order for Brandon. Let's get it. Taco Bell in hand. Dumbass indoor. I have to cuss because he's telling me that I'm the number one. I'm a hero. I'm number one. Oh crap! You're wearing a shirt. I can't show that shirt.
Were you?
Yeah, I was recording. So
No, you're live right now.
no, I'm recording.
Wow.
So we have another guy who makes a YouTube channel and works at the same place. And our district manager made him take down a video because it showed an image. So Mike, change your shirt. Horrible person. Try number 2. So I did do some research. And I figured out all that like Amy crap is 90% fake.
So, are we going to a different spot or what?
No, I did find 2 things. Like I think this one was like 15, 20 years ago.
Flask.
There was a woman whose body was found on Kemper Road. She was a hitchhiker who had been picked up, raped, and murdered. But they think the murder itself happened at Lick Road because there was no body, there was no blood on the Kemper Road area. So they think she was murdered at Lick Road and dumped on Kemper Road, which is right by the area.
That makes
And
sense.
then in 2015, a woman from Middletown, I'm not going to mention either of their names out of respect for the family.
Does it smell dirty?
Why are you a 12-year-old?
No, it just smells like old booze.
Okay, that works. Well, it's gonna have some new booze in it.
A woman from Middletown's car was found abandoned.
Did they
and
send
then,
a check?
of course.
Blur that out.
A woman. It's so funny because he's so cocky now. He's gonna be terrified later.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Neither. Especially the way he cough.
Dude, I
But-
don't want to talk about Top Golf. That was fucking embarrassing.
Said cough, you stupid person.
Oh, I thought he said golf.
But anyways, a woman's car was found missing from Middletown, and they found her body at Lick Road. So there's one confirmed death there, and there's another suspicious death. Hey, kitty. Well, I was seeing the cat at the same time of me looking at that. So we're not going to go down there and do the traditional Amy stuff. We're going to go down there and try to speak to those 2 people. Because Amy is your typical crybaby bridge, like, fake story. While those
Been
2
there,
people...
done that.
While those 2 people actually died or maybe spent their last moments there. So I think we'll have more success by that.
Okay.
And then some other places in the area. We're lucky living in this area because there's a lot of historical stuff. First of all, I was talking about with the Ruperts. I was already filling you in a little bit, but for anyone who doesn't know, there's a Rupert house in Hamilton. The story is the man on Easter killed, I think it's 12 of his family members randomly.
He yeeted everybody.
Okay, 13 family members. He shot them all. He was a gun collector. He went and shot them all.
Including a 3-year-old, just yeeted that cannon right at her head.
Yeah, he brutally murdered his whole family for no apparent reason. Just said he felt like it on Easter. And to this day, they
Holidays
interviewed...
with the family.
Wow. They interviewed the owner, like, last year for Halloween. And if you go in the house... The ceiling boards and the like ceiling pillars
It's stained with the blood.
are stained with blood
Yeah.
from where they soaked and their bodies drained
How
through.
would you live there?
Floyd was telling me about that. But you're not going to get cheaper redwood furniture.
He's a horrible person. He's a horrible person. He's going to be terrified tonight. That's super cocky. Look, he's getting drunk so he doesn't get that terrified. That shows you a little bit. And he's also an alcoholic, so we'll ignore that part.
Not an alcoholic.
But the biggest thing we should worry about there is not coyotes, it's homeless people. You gotta
But
think
either way, if they come after us and I pull this fucking thing out,
the Jack
I
Hawk,
win.
Jack Hawk 3000.
and the best part is, so it's got the regular blade on there, then the back is all saw teeth. So no matter which way I'm swinging this thing, someone's fucking dying.
You could tell he was from private school. Someone either loved you too much or didn't love you enough.
I want to know what love is.
I wish I was better at editing. I'd put one of those photos you look like a school shooter in right here. Just so you can see that.
I can edit that for you.
Yes. Boom.
put the one
School
of-
shooter Mike.
With the one of me with the suit and sunglasses.
That's what I'm
holding the
referring to.
AK-47.
That's what I'm referring to. When he looks just like a school shooter, like, boom, here he is.
I'm showing you that picture, baby.
That's what private school does to you. You end up becoming the school shooter. On the bright side, I get to go in the dark, creepy woods with the school shooter.
Woohoo!
That's why I made sure I told a bunch of
Refer to him as that.
Okay, here's the thing though. Here's the logic there. if you're with the school shooter, you're not the one getting shot at. So, you know, by logic, you being with me is the safest place you can be.
Right.
Don't worry. I
Talking
actually.
about the woods tonight, like.
So here's the thing. I bully him enough to where if he does go crazy, I'm going to be the first to die. He's probably going to empty the clip and then like hit me with the stock.
Realistically, there's a midget I would go after first.
Okay, he's going to watch the video too. So there you go. That's another reason to get fired. But anyways, I'll show you a little bit more clips when we pick up Andy. And he's hopefully not going to be passed out drunk already. Whatever that is. That's probably the scariest thing you'll see tonight. That right there. Real quick.
I no longer look like white trash.
He looks like the paper towel guy. And
Brawny.
Brawny Ultra. So we were just talking. So like I said in the intro video, I'm a believer. Mike would fall more under the skeptic. So
I'm
then we
hoping
were
to
just
be a believer after tonight.
So we were just talking about the hypothetical what if. And there's two different theories that I believe in both. I believe there's two different types of hauntings. There's a residual where you died, you didn't move on, you're here. And then I believe there's a different type of haunting. I feel like, and this is another popular belief too, if something happens, wow, that's so traumatic, it
Leave
can,
like a stain.
yeah, so it's not, the person's not there, the scene just kind of repeats itself. That's why sometimes when you hear,
loop for energy.
sometimes when you hear people say, yeah, I saw a ghost, it walked down the hall and disappeared. Because it's living through its moments that it lived through. It's not actually still there. Because the thing is, when people die, energy never dissipates.
Well, you can't create or destroy energy.
Exactly. So it goes somewhere. So there's a belief that there's some experiences that are so traumatic where energy just stays and it kind of loops. So there's two different believed hauntings. There's the person still there, and then the moment is just stained. So, yes, in theory, if you go to a haunting that's just the loop, you don't have to worry about anything attaching to you or moving with you. But if it's actual something that's just haunting it, there's no reason, there's no law, no barrings to say, hey, I'm going to go to your crib. You know what? I'd like to do at 2 a.m.? I like to bang on the walls.
Here's my thing, though.
How I'm trying to live my life.
Huh? Are you
I
recording?
record the cat for a second.
Here's the thing, though. If it's not bound to a location, the most damage it can really do is to fuck with you. Unless it's a demon. But if it's just a regular ass human that died and became a ghost, it's just gonna annoy me, more or less.
Yes, unless it is like
I work retail, so I'm used to that.
unless it's like a spiteful person. Like a person who died in an angry way, whose energy is just pure anger. Which I believe in that too.
Myself and haunt it right back. Fucking Uno reverse
You
card.
choose to live with this.
He's great.
I love you, babe.
Also, the ginger Andy backed out, so now we have Rachel.
I'm not a ginger, but I'm pretty cool.
She's a fucking cold bitch like a ginger is. Watch us roll up on a crackhead. She'll slit his throat.
So here's the thing. I'm not saying we're going to monetize these videos, but this one can obviously never be monetized because we've been in your guys' apartment for like an hour or two, and you've dropped and you've been in the video maybe 5-10 minutes, and you've dropped like every word you can say.
Bitch ass cunt motherfucker and tits.
Oh my gosh.
Yourself, darling.
Yeah, it's a long night. Paste the cuss words. So guys, I'm going to start recording it. We are just a couple minutes out from our Lick Road. We're hopping off, I think this is Highway 27, hopping on Kemper, and then it takes us there. Does that just go left up here? Or right?
You're gonna take a right off this.
Turn right onto West Kemper Road.
This is our first time going here. In a lot of the videos, they show the proper trail to take and everything, but they don't show the lead up. So I'm going to show the lead up.
Continue on West Kemper Road for 1 mile.
And turn left on Lick Road.
Yep.
Woo!
1.1 miles out.
So I am going to show it. That way, if you guys are coming out to experience it, if you're in the Cincinnati area, it is in between like a Fairfield and Colerain area. Technically, I believe it is a Cincinnati address. I do live in like this almost exact area.
If you do come out here, feel free to hit us up too. I'm sure after tonight we'll love to do it again.
That's what I was talking about. Anyone in the area who's looking to do local things, as long as you can prove that you're not like super creepy and want to lead us to like a cemetery by ourselves or the woods by ourselves, we're up to meeting up with you. Or like a Satanist. I'm not trying to be part of like no like cult sacrifices.
Unless you're an Anton LaVey Satanist, I'll hang out with you.
Whatever he said. I'm still not probably agreeing with him. I'm just saying whatever he said is whatever he said. We got a half mile until Lick Road.
Austin, stop messaging me.
In a quarter mile,
Yeah, Alston.
turn left onto Lick Road.
Gosh. So what's everybody's thoughts right now?
I'm excited. I hope we encounter something. See, me being me, let me explain a little bit. I am pretty much like on the Hawkins scale, a number 6, which is I don't believe in any kind of afterlife or deities or spirits, but I can't say with certainty because it's
Take the next
unprovable.
left onto Lick Road.
Woohoo!
So if I encounter something, that would completely change my worldview, which would be pretty cool. So I'm hoping we find something, but I don't think we will.
Yeah, so here's the thing. And it's something I see a lot of like
For half a mile.
atheists get into is finding stuff because they want to believe. And I'm not saying this is
I
going to
just need
happen for you.
evidence.
I've seen a lot of people who start ghost hunting as atheists and become religious because they see things. And I think that's absolutely awesome. Granted, I'm not trying to get Mike out here that way he becomes religious. We're kind of just friends and we both have an interest in it. But that is another bonus on there is if you find something,
Samsung positioning keeps stopping.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
we're starting to come off of
Off the network.
off the side roads.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of houses in this area too, guys.
So don't blindly shine your shit.
Not only that, but keep in mind if you hear dogs and stuff like that barking in the distance. I think one of the videos I watched, you do hear a dog bark howling in the distance. So here's my biggest thing I'm going to say ahead of time. I believe in ghosts. I don't know if I believe in this area being haunted.
You've arrived.
Like I said, there is true people who have unfortunately passed away up here. And all respects to them, and I hope they have a peaceful afterlife. But one of the reasons it's going to be creepy is because we're in the woods at dark. So we're instantly going to feel eerie. We're instantly going to feel uncomfortable and feel weird. So we have to keep in mind, see? Yeah, right back there, someone spray painted stop on there. I've seen that in a couple of videos as well too. So we are getting right back here. So keep that in mind too, guys. With your emotions that, hey, it's also your environment that's got you nervous. 500 feet
That's
road ends.
inherent from your ancestors. At dark, nighttime is when predators are out. So instinctively, you got your hairs up.
Well, that and being in the woods, you're going to be anxious anyways because it's dark. You can't really see your surroundings. You're uncomfortable. Things like that. Oh, I didn't realize it popped up that fast. So here's Lick Road, boys.
Are we taking this trail in front of us?
Yep. Do you want to get the flashlights prepped?
Yeah, let me open the door because I got to put my jacket on.
Kind of foggy out too, guys. I'm going to pause it just until we get going. So here we go. You can hear the creek off to the side. It's pretty creepy over there. There's a clear path. That's not the path you're wanting to go down. You're wanting to go down the creepier looking path. Brett said there's not a no trespassing sign. So that's solid. I don't see one anywhere. There isn't. Which in most of the videos I didn't see one either. Mike, you almost ready, my guy?
Huh?
You almost ready? Let's go.
Good, babe? Actually, hang on. Before we head in, let me take a
We'll take a couple steps forward, nothing crazy. And you're going to hear natural movement from animals too, and the water next to us. So don't freak out, because the water almost just scared me already. It's pretty foggy out, as you can see tonight. Pretty creepy looking. Snow on the ground. It is snowy. Like I said, guys, with this, if we walk back, don't have too many results. Probably won't stay too long because it is freezing cold. If you can't tell by the snow on the ground, and there's water right by us. So it's cold on top of being cold. As you can see, it's pretty normal, creepy looking trail. It is a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. Oh boy. Whew. I'm in. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could have anything anyway up here, but you go down the bridge and that's the end. Smoke a cigarette. I'm not gonna lie, that twig grabbed my leg. It spaced me out.
Pause.
Yeah. It took me a second too. I was like, something's on my leg. I was like, oh my God, something's on my leg. So, oh gosh, dude, it's freezing. I think it's because we're right by the creek. I didn't think it'd be this cold. Well, I'm a little less stressed up than you guys are. What is that?
What?
There's a light down there. Put your lights down. Why's the camera not picking it up? Oh, okay. Whew. You're okay. That scared the living shit out of me. Oh my gosh.
Really?
Well, because I thought someone was down here and there's no cars. So I was instantly really concerned on why someone was down here.
That's a sign.
Yeah, it's the bridge.
You ran into the tree and you scared me. Oh no. What is that?
It's a bird. You can hear it chattering around up there.
That's the thing, guys. You also got to keep in mind this is... Yeah. See the cell phone tower? Not far off in distance. We're not far from civilization, as you can see by us pulling up. Oh gosh. Oh, it is super cold. As you can see. Yeah. You can see a bunch of people walking back here too. Those look really fresh.
Those are.
There's no cars though. You guys, is the camera picking that up? Those are really fresh footsteps. There's no cars though. Hello? You gotta be careful too. The shadows play weird tricks on you down here. If there's anything out here that'd like to communicate with us, let us know. Some of the stuff they got on, sadly written on the sides here are pretty funny. But at the same time, it's kind of sad because there's truth to people passing away back here. Gosh, it's so much colder than I thought it was going to be. I'm still kind of concerned about how fresh these footsteps are, guys. It's not a concern of ghost. It's a concern of other people potentially being down here that's not so friendly. If you're back here, you like to communicate with us, we're friendly.
We don't mean any harm.
We hope that you're resting at peace, and that you're enjoying your afterlife after your sad, tragic ending. Why does it feel like eerily quiet? It's super loud, but it's quiet at the same time, like really creepily. True. Still can get over those footsteps. I mean, there's a couple sets. It's not just one.
There's some entering. Well, look, there's dog tracks right there.
There's also right here too. It looks like 1, 2, and then coming back.
So they probably are left, and you can see dog tracks right there. So they're probably walking their dog out here. We haven't had snowfall in a while too. So maybe we should miss out.
What's been our last snowfall was yesterday. Yeah, I think it's late at night, but it's yesterday. So you guys can see, guys, it's pretty eerie. The only thing that sucks is all of our audio clips are going to be...
Hearing the crunch.
Yeah. Let's try to stay still. It's cold out. Let's give it a couple minutes. Let's just ask you a few questions, see if we pick anything up. If you were the woman whose body was found on Kemper Road, you'd like to communicate with us. That's a creepy looking tree too. Isn't it, when you see the white on it, that means water's near? Is that, we just heard that?
It like takes the color off the bullet.
Or if you're the woman who went missing in Middletown, was found here, and you're here and would like to communicate with us. Trying to stay warm back there, bouncing back and forth.
I there
I
any
just-
uneasy spirits that would like to communicate? Let us know you're here.
Again, we are not here to harm you or disturb your peace.
Tell us your story.
A funny moment. Look what that says right there. Don't actually read it, just look what it says. There's a lot of sad writing down here.
The Adidas addictive thing right
Yeah. It's sad though because people really had their last moments of their life in this area. The Amy thing's not necessarily true, but people did. And it's people come out here and vandalize it and things like that. If you don't like people coming out here, let us know. If we may not hear you, the video may pick you up. We can pass along your message. My heart about stopped. It sounded like something like picked up speed for a second. It sounded like there was like a big rush over there.
Well, we'll have to check EVP loading.
The thing is, the only sad thing is this water, because the snow is starting to melt, is running so fast right now. I'm sure the camera picks that up. It's hard to hear anything. You could be getting sounds and not too sure of it. Again, guys, this place is just freaky looking, so you got to overcome the fact that it's freaky looking before you do anything. I keep feeling like I'm hearing a sound right there. I think there may be a rock down there the water's hitting, but I keep feeling like I'm hearing something right over there. It's like at the beginning of the bridge over there.
There's something on the rocks right there. Straight down.
What do you mean, something on the rocks?
Like, I don't know, a clothing item or...
Yeah, it is a shirt down there. The camera's kind of picking it up. There it goes. Here's again. It sounds like there must be like a rock right here. There's like a sound that's picking up right there. But I'm assuming it's the river hitting right here.
You want to go check it out?
We'll walk a little bit closer to it. But we still wouldn't be able to see it. It's going to be underneath the bridge, unfortunately, if it is a rock. No. Try to see if we can hear closer. Does anybody here like to communicate with us tonight? Do you hear like the loud, like muffled sound? I'm assuming it must just be this current hitting pretty hard. It sounds kind of like a vacuum, where it's kind of like, it just sounds like an energy, a power. But I'm assuming it's just how strong this is flowing.
Well, see how fast that fucking tide's moving down there?
Yeah, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, guys. But that's ripping. I'm thinking that's the sound I keep hearing. But it does sound really creepy, and it's like right here.
Right underneath where the current is.
Yeah. And it would echo because it's beneath the bridge. Guys, I don't want to... The big thing I said in earlier videos, I don't want to come out here and just make stuff up. So I'm trying to debunk anything I hear. It sounds like a fucking plane.
It might be. We're not too far from the airport.
It just seems like every time I start like moving, I hear it again.
Well, it's all the crunches and echoes.
Like I can kind of hear it right now. And that one sounds more like a plane than anything. But the big thing is there's so much sound right now, you can't really pick up what's...
I know.
Guys, we're going to watch this video back when we get home and see if maybe there's something on it that we can't pick up. And blow it up on the screen, maybe see if we see something we can't pick up. But the thing, guys, it's really fucking loud with this current going this way. Let's start walking back towards the car.
I'd be curious to come back like when the snow melts.
Right, well, hey, it's supposed to be warmer this weekend.
Once again, we started walking and it sounded like I heard something. It doesn't sound like foot crunching.
It's like, I feel like it's echoes on the bridge or something. Is the bridge metal?
Are you hearing that sound too?
Yeah.
I don't know what the bridge is made out of underneath all the snow and ice. But whenever we start walking, but at the same time, it makes me feel like whenever we're not paying attention, it's
There's
letting itself be
something.
known.
Right.
We'll have to check EVP later.
Oh, that's trippy.
Here, I'll get in front. Then you got to be careful too when you're walking the path. There's a lot of sticks and twigs that reach out. The one hit my leg and I thought something grabbed my leg. Guys, it's incredibly cold. The one benefit of coming out here in the snow,
Man, there's something about that bridge though, because it's not half as creepy when you're not like.
and you don't hear those sounds. It doesn't sound as...
Like all I hear right now is like the water, and it's
Yeah, but
peaceful,
when you're on the
like,
bridge,
when
it
you're on
sounds like you're hearing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it I'm sure can be naturally debunked, but it's weird because we're literally... You can still see the bridge. We're right there.
Yep.
And it's
It's like-
quiet.
Right.
And then when you get on it, it kind of sounds like... Did you guys ever go to like a NASCAR race when you were younger?
Right.
It kind of sounds like that rumble you hear. Okay, for the rest of the path, guys, let's not say nothing. See if we can pick anything up audio-wise on the way out. God, it's cold. My hand is freezing. My hands. That's the main thing. So another thing we got to look at. One thing I've seen, granted it goes the whole Amy saga, which I don't believe in, but sometimes when you turn to your car, there'll be something written on your car. You guys heard that, didn't you?
Yeah.
There's nothing moving now. What the fuck was that? If it was an animal, we'd still hear it.
I think it might have just been something falling off the tree.
Let's not talk about it.
But that didn't sound like a fall down. That sounded like...
It sounded like it was trickling down.
It sounded like... I can't make the sound, but it sounded like it hit a bunch of branches. So that may have fell down and hit a bunch of stuff. That was the creepiest sound I've heard tonight.
Demon? Demon.
And Mike just disappears off the path.
Come on.
Mike disappears off the path.
You just hear one last word.
Okay, the one thing... Let me check the car. I'm going to pause it. We're going to get a warm up. And there's a couple things I'll talk about while we're driving back in the warmth. But first, my beautiful Jeep Renegade I pay way too much monthly for. Let's make sure that...
What the fuck is that?
Oh, don't be a dick. That's a little weird.
I thought that was an H. It kind of looks like an H.
What?
That.
Looks like an angel.
Right here looks like an H. But no, there's nothing else. The reason I paused for a second is because the rumor is if you come back, sometimes you'll see "help me" on the car. I saw what I thought was an H, and I about shit myself. Not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, she could just be a really sloppy rider. Let's get in the car, warm up, get down the road a little bit, and I'll do a little bit of, or I may even wait till, yeah, I'll just get down the road a little bit and do it. And unlock so everybody can warm up. See you in a second. All right, we're rolling again. Granted, we haven't watched this footage, so there may have been something we couldn't hear. The one thing I want to talk about is the different energy for being on the bridge and being a step off the bridge. It did feel different.
There was something angry.
It felt just like really uncomfortable.
Yeah, you walked on the bridge and you felt like you weren't like welcome. That's why I started asking questions and trying to say, first of all, we're peaceful, but then started asking questions saying, if you don't want anyone here, let us know. We can communicate that. We can reach out. Try to get people to leave your resting place alone. But literally right when you stepped on the bridge, you heard louder sounds than right when you stepped off.
It got quiet.
Exactly. It got dead silent. And every time I heard that sound, we were on the bridge. And as soon as I stepped even a foot off the bridge, I didn't hear anything. Not saying it's anything, but that's really weird. And then granted, once again, not saying that thing falling was anything, but as soon as we go to leave, we hear another sound that may be something falling, but at the same time, it's weird that once again, when we go to leave an area, you hear something. Kind of like it's like saying, like, leave. You know what I mean?
Like, on your way out, don't let the door fucking hit you.
Yeah, kind of something where it was like...
It was making its point.
Yeah, because that sound, granted, it could have been something falling. We'll try to listen to it on the audio and make it louder at his house and see if we can pick up maybe a louder sound of it. I thought it was like wrestling in the bushes, which it could have been falling, and then we'll check the video from right there, but there was no trees that had any snow on it right there. Those trees were so thin they couldn't hold snow. So if it can't hold snow, what's falling? You see what I'm saying?
Well, those little, those seed clusters could have fallen.
True.
We'll check the footage.
Yeah,
now.
we'll check the footage and see if there's something noticeable that could have fell right there. Because if there's something noticeable that could have fell, then boom, that's it right there, debunked. So as of now, we're leaving. Just real quick, I'll say, like I said, I felt uneasy on the bridge. Everything felt ramped up on the bridge, and then that sound at the end, I think, was a weird coincidence. I know we weren't there long. Like I said, it was kind of hard to hear with that current being so strong, and it's a lot colder than I thought. My hands kind of went numb really, really, really fast.
It's also like 20 degrees right now.
Yeah, and outside is bearable, but when you go there, you're right by water. Whenever you're by water, it's going to be colder. So that was freezing. So, and it's ironic because the whole reason I wanted to go down there is we didn't think anybody would be down there. Granted, those footsteps could be from earlier, but those were pretty fresh footprints in the snow. And I'm certain people probably walk that, like local people, but it's still kind of creepy seeing the footprints going across the bridge. 2 sets, and then you see them coming back as well. Which it could be something normal, it's still kind of creepy. Mike, what was your thoughts about everything?
I definitely picked up an uncomfortable vibe on the bridge. As far as noises, now granted, I'm a little hard of hearing, so I'm not as reliable for noises. But definitely you could hear almost like some kind of muffled sound coming, off the front left in the video by that tree. As far as the sound when we were leaving, I'm leaving it up in the air until we rewatch the video. To me, it sounded like something just hitting a branch, like on its way down. That's why I stepped in real quick to investigate. I didn't feel any kind of presence or energy when I stepped into that patch, so I don't think it was, anything extra, but I can't be sure until we check the EVP.
And then Rachel, it may be a little hard to hear, so if you want to speak up a little bit.
You're okay. I felt like there was just bad energy in the area of the bridge. Like when you first walk down the path, it's creepy, but I think that was mostly just because it's dark and cold and snowy. But when you actually get to the bridge, it was like the whole atmosphere kind of changed. And it was just kind of creepy to me, and I'm curious to see if there's anything that we pick up on the video that we didn't notice when we were there.
And yeah, that's the thing. Like, and a lot of times, if you don't go places like this, you don't get the feeling. I've got it a couple times at different places I've went to. I got the same feeling, but like 80,000 times worse when I went to Mansfield. But there's like a pressure where it's like uncomfortable. Yeah. And it's a different than like a creeped out, because you're walking the trail and you're creeped out because you're in the woods at night. When you walk on the bridge, it's not like you're creeped out anymore. It kind of feels like something's like just pressing on you. Like
it felt like it was trying to get us to leave.
You felt like so when you're walking the trail, you felt creeped out. And then when we first saw the bridge, we were like, oh, cool, the bridge. Well, granted, it scared me because I didn't see I thought there was somebody at the end of the lane real quick.
The reflection on the sign.
Yeah. But once we're walking up, I was like, cool, the bridge. Then you step on the bridge and it's like, geez. And the thing is, another reason I wanted to go is because a lot of Native Americans, and granted, I'm 90% sure this is something I've heard multiple times. I don't know if it's a reliable source. I've heard that every time. Are you fucking Doritos right now?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
But Native Americans believe there's a certain type of energy that comes off of water. There's a certain type of something that's put in the atmosphere that comes off water. That's why a lot of Native Americans had stuff right by water. And the thing is, if running water kind of gives off that energy, that power, with the snow just melting, that running water is getting some extra oomph. So even though it made things harder to hear, it kind of charged up the atmosphere a little bit. So maybe that's why it kind of felt also like super pressured, is because the atmosphere is a little bit charged already. But that was the biggest thing I noticed too, was just kind of like we weren't welcomed. It wasn't a creepy, it wasn't like, oh, this is scary, it's a haunted place. It was just like, get out, is kind of what the feeling was. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go home and watch the footage. Again, after watching the footage, we may post another clip, just kind of talking about if we see anything on the footage, may or may not. Also, guys, if you see anything in the footage that you see and we didn't see, let us know in the comment section below, guys.
And tag the time signature where you saw it.
Yeah, and even if you're giving us a good little troll, I still appreciate a good little troll. Just make it a good troll. Don't say, oh, full apparatus at 666. Like, come on. Like, but a good troll is a good troll.
Did we even film for that long?
Yeah, we were down there for like 15 minutes.
It didn't feel like that.
It felt kind of quicker because it kind of felt weird. So
Time felt different because of the
yeah,
adrenaline.
exactly. Because that is another thing that happens when you're walking in the woods. You feel creeped out, but when you walk on the bridge and you feel uncomfortable, you get that adrenaline rush of like when you feel like you're in a dangerous situation, which is kind of like what that pressure feels like. Your body starts prepping up for something bad to happen. Even though nothing bad's going to happen, your body's still kind of like tricked into that mode. And on the bright side, you get kind of heightened senses, so you can hear a little bit better, see a little better, things like that too. And that's when we started noticing that sound over by the left side of the bridge.
People with anxiety know what that feels like.
True. But also, guys, if we don't have another section of this video, I know it's a little bit longer. Like I said, when I do my hunts, when we do our hunts, I kind of want to have more than just the hunting on. I have footage of us interacting, talking about everything, backstory, things like that too. I want you to get the full experience. That, and like I said, this one's a little bit longer because it's the first one on the channel, a little bit of an intro. But we're going to also try to figure out tonight where our next goal may be. I may have this posted in the video too. But if you're in the Cincinnati area and you know of areas, or you want to meet up, just let us know in the comment section below too, guys. Like I said, as long as we can prove that you're not like a creepy rapist that wants to sacrifice us, we're down. And if you are a creepy rapist that wants to sacrifice us, Mike's still be down.
I mean, depends on the god you're sacrificing me to, honestly.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I tune out half the stuff he says. But anyways,
I love
there may be another clip. If not, thank you guys for supporting the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. This is kind of the beginning of us ramping up to more, so stay tuned, guys. There's actually another YouTube channel I watched that ends with that.
What?
Stay Spooky. The Paranormal Files. At the end of it, they say Stay Spooky, and they actually have Stay Spooky merch. So it's pretty ironic that you said that. No, Paranormal Files, he's never watched you. He's not stepping on that. That's ironic, though.
I literally, when he invited me to go ghost hunting 48 hours ago, I was like, I'm gonna hop on TikTok and watch ghost hunting videos.
Yeah, because TikTok is a very reliable source for ghost hunting videos.
It is.
Gosh. See you guys. Guys, a little special little clip too. We are going to, yeah, this is the Marvel fans. If you stay past the credits, you get a bonus. We're going to drive by the Rupert house. Also, after Rachel does the GPS, she's going to read through a little bit more of the details. I know we mentioned it, but she's going to get a little more detail.
We are 6
go
minutes
straight
away.
It's right.
So the story behind this house is that on Easter Sunday in 1975, a man named James Rupert murdered 11 members of his family in his mother's house, which is on Minor Avenue in Hamilton, Ohio. He was sentenced to life in prison. He shot them. That's how he murdered them.
He's still
All of
alive, too.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yep, he's 85 years old.
That'd be a hell of a story to interview him.
And the thing is, like, I don't know if that...
Here's an image of the house so we know which one.
Mike, take a look at it so you can see. And the thing is, like, he doesn't have any motive. Like, when they go by, like, the story of it, it was just kind of
Well, it's
random.
It's like the image at the top of that article.
We're like 5 minutes away too, so I'm probably gonna stay live for the trip, just because I don't want to pause it and then go back in and show it again.
Just hit the back arrow.
But yeah, this has got to be one of the most gruesome family murders in America, because most families aren't that large. More or less have that.
In this area, because this isn't
Oh yeah.
really like a big city or anything.
Oh, it's a video. It's not showing a picture of the house.
I know, that's why I said hit the back arrow.
Boom. Listen to her. She's a smart woman.
So
but-
mine.
And the thing is, 8 of them were his nieces and nephews.
One was 3 years old that he shot in the head with a shotgun.
He was, the story goes, he was an avid gun collector, so he had a bunch of different weapons. I believe his mom, this is kind of the eeriest one because it paints like a picture. His mom ran at him to stop him, and he shot her, I think, 3 times. Can you imagine the horror she was feeling while she was trying to stop her own son from killing everyone? Like, that must be like, I couldn't even, that place has got to still be active. Just that much fear in those last moments, and that much, like, sadness in those moments. Just kind of what the house looks like.
Well, and you got to think too, when he was interviewed, the only answer he gave for reason why was he was tired of them being there. So instead of asking them to leave, he killed everyone. As far as he said.
That's just cold. We bring up the GPS again so we can just make sure we get straight there.
Yep.
3 minutes, guys. We're gonna drive by it. Like I said, if we ever have like a future goal here, and I like to set goals for myself. The first goal I'd like to do is do the Rupert House. I think that would be absolutely insane. A, because it's local to us. If you grow up in this area, you hear the stories about it because it's pure just terror. And then the second thing is, there's not, okay, so a lot of the major haunted places that I want to go to, you can look up a YouTube video or see a show of them going and doing it. You're not going to look up something on the Rupert House. As far as I know of, I don't think anyone's hunted that house and publicated it. I know there's photos that got released last year around Halloween time of the underneath the wood flooring where the body sat there so long and bled out that the blood soaked the beams of the house and soaked the flooring of the house.
It actually almost looks like redwood.
It's, the thing is, it's just so sad. I mean, because if you look at the ages, I think the oldest one was 11. And whenever it's sad when anyone dies, but when a child dies, it's super sad. 9 times out of 10, that person had no right to be in that situation. Like, they didn't put themselves there. Not all adults do, but some do. But at the same time, too, that child's life is ended at such a young age. It doesn't really get to experience life.
Well, and if, like, as you get older, you understand the world a little bit more. If there is a ghost of a child, they're confused.
Exactly. And I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, in all honesty.
Oh, look at the Christmas blow up.
Yeah, this is like the most obnoxious Christmas
huge.
house. Yeah, they probably spent thousands. And granted, look, a block away is the Rupert House.
They're trying to offset the evil energy.
It's one of these first houses right up here. 635. It's that house right there with the porch on, the porch light. It's got a light on. That's so creepy.
Next stop.
11 people
Died right there.
brutally murdered
Ooh.
on Easter.
That's scary. And look how close the houses are around here. So every person on this block heard those gunshots.
Exactly.
Just one after another after another.
That's just, I got just like goosebumps just thinking about it and how sad it is. But guys, the next clip will be at Mike's apartment. Maybe going over footage, or this may be the end of the video. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, we caught something. Like there was like a big rush over there. You'll see an orb shoot down. The thing is, the only second is this water, because the snow is starting to melt. It's running so fast right now. I'm sure the camera picks that up. It's hard to hear anything. Give it 1 second. You'll see it go down, and you'll see it come back up in the same spot. Mike, go point towards where it's about to be at.
So right here.
Again, guys, this place is just freaky
Right here.
looking. So you got to overcome the fact that it's freaky looking before you do anything. Keep feeling like I'm hearing a sound right there. Right when I start talking about
Right
the sounds.
there.
I think
It was
there may be a
right
rock
there.
down there the water's hitting. But I keep feeling like I'm hearing
See,
something
boom.
right over there.
Yeah.
There it is. Now watch.
like
Give it a
the
second.
beginning of the
You
bridge
see how it
over
went
there.
down? Look where it comes up from in a second.
Right there.
What do you mean something on the rocks? I said, look, I'm talking about it. It sounds like there's a sound right over down there.
Sure down there.
And you see it shoot down. I hear the sound again. I mention it, and it comes back up.
and it goes right towards where we're hearing the sound. We're in it, boys.
We got another 7 minutes. How you feel, Mike?
Dude, honestly, I'm excited. I want to do this again. If that is what I think it was, we're in business. We're in effing bleep, YouTube monetization business, boys. Because we didn't pick that up when we were
No,
doing
I
it.
didn't see it. The thing is, it's dead winter. There's no insects. There's no snow falling.
It was a clear sky, no wind.
Exactly. And it's something that flashes in front of me twice. If it was like a leaf falling or something, I would have noticed it.
And it was fall. So here's the thing. It went down
Uh-huh.
right when you mentioned the sound.
You can see the time. It's around the 913 stamp. If you guys want to play with it, rewind it back, play it, rewind it back, stuff like that.
It went down. You mentioned the noise, and it went up and right towards where you said the noise was coming from.
So initially I started talking about the noise. I feel like I hear it back on the bushes. Then I'm like, and then it shoots down. I said, it sounds like it's hitting a rock down there.
And then right when you said that is when that orb went.
Foop. Yep. And then it goes back up to the thing. And I'm like, I'm hearing the sound over here. You can literally follow the orb to the sounds I hear.
So that means, just by basic video choreography, that it impacted whatever it was hitting, and that's what the sound we heard.
Or the energy was making sounds while it's going on, because what they believe an orb is an energy that's trying to manifest itself that can't.
Right.
So if it
That's why
shoots
it's like
down there,
non-shade.
we can still hear it. And then if it shoots back up, that's also where we can potentially hear it too.
Well, and also the fact that it tracked where you were hearing the sound from. It wasn't just, oh, I hear a noise. It was, hey, location.
And the thing is, and you guys are gonna watch the video itself. This is the first time we're watching it back. I uploaded it temporarily to YouTube. I'm gonna take it right back down, edit it, and put it completely up. The thing is, we haven't even seen it. We've been watching this bridge shape this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
There's not another similar moment where it's like, oh, okay, well, this is happening a lot.
Well, even when the twig grabbed you and we had the bird noise where we freaked out for a second, we immediately isolated it and said, okay, that's what that was.
And we're 10 minutes into this, and
this didn't trip us up at all. We had no recollection and no tip off for this happening.
we're just hearing the sounds, and the sounds match up to where this very potentially orb is following.
I need a drink.
We're gonna go back to watching. If we catch anything else crazy, we'll let you know. So the thing is, I'm not gonna go back and edit all this. I kind of showed you guys a little bit here, but check out that timestamp of 9. Oh crap! It's gonna be a longer video, so it's not gonna be the 9:13.
Just have them wait for when you're talking about hearing the sound against the rocks.
Yep, when I'm talking about the sound against the rocks, right after I talk about it's sad that people are decimating the bridge, and then you start seeing. Oh, right after I just talked about how disrespectful it is people that are messing with the bridge, that starts coming up.
So it was like
I was talking about someone's final resting spot, and it's disrespectful, and boom.
Well, that could be two things. If you think about it logically, it could be it saying, yes, it is disrespectful, here's why I rested. Or two, it could be, okay, you're not malicious, let me show you.
And you know what we were talking about? I said, what if that sound, when I was driving in the car, this isn't on video, I said, what if that sound is from where they potentially died at? There's 2 people that passed away. There's one that showed under the bridge, and one showed it on the other side of the bridge. What if that's where both of them, one got killed under the bridge, one got killed right past the bridge?
I think if that were the case, we'd have a little bit more of a significant manifestation. But we can't discount what we just saw. So I think what we need to do is revisit on another date, do the same exact thing, and compare videos. Because
Honestly,
if we encourage it the same way, and it's like, okay, you're being nice again, here's where I was, and orb goes to the same spot, boom.
Mm-hmm. I just think it's ironic timing. A, I'm hearing the sounds. B, both the spots are kind of weird spots. And you can literally clearly see it basically head to an area and disappear. If it was a bug, you would have seen it the whole screen.
Right.
If it was a leaf or something, you would have seen it the whole screen and fall. These flash, disappear, flash, disappear. These are something that just naturally disappears while on camera.
Also, I'm not as fat as I appear on video. He's shooting me from below.
Gosh. Okay, Mike, quick update. How are you feeling about Ghost?
Still skeptical, but so we've had one interaction. That's the first empirical evidence that I've had of an afterlife interacting with us. We're going to go back to the same place. If we get the same experience, now it's empirical. Now it's been duplicated, and we can confirm it and document it. That's the whole scientific process.
The only difficult thing about it is the odds of, even if it is a ghost, let's say it's a ghost, because obviously we can't prove it's not, but can't prove it is. The odds of it doing the same exact thing are crazy. What I'm looking at the most is it matches up with those sounds I'm hearing. And we were talking about the feelings. Sure, we can't document a feeling, but it's ironic that we capture this while having that feeling.
Well, my thing is, if, I basically have no fight or flight response. And the feeling I got was very strange. It felt very oppressive, very get the F out.
Just on the bridge.
Just on the bridge.
And that's where we're seeing stuff so far in the
I
footage.
was totally cool, like just a normal night drinking with my buddies, and then we got to the bridge, and I was like, okay, I shouldn't be here. Like, it felt very not okay.
And if it was just creepy, you would have that on the bridge, too. I mean, the trail, too, because it's a creepy trail.
Well,
but it's a different feeling you get.
Well, that and the fact that, like, we heard sounds, weird sounds, which turned out to be animals on the trail. That should have triggered me.
Yeah.
But when we go back, if the trail's fine and the bridge gives me that same feeling, we can watch the secondary footage when we go back to the bridge. If it gives me the same footage, that means it's documentable and duplicate, which means it's there. It's proven. So at that point, I would probably go from an atheistic / anti-theist to at least a deist, which means something exists.
You know what the funniest thing is? This guy's really common sense stupid. When you listen to him talk, he's really, smart. He just doesn't have common sense.
You put me in front of people, I don't do well. I have really bad anxiety, and I'm kind of an idiot.
He's really an idiot. But let's go ahead and get back. We're going to continue reviewing the footage. We still got 7 more minutes to go over to make sure there's nothing else. If so, we'll cut back in, show you guys. We feel with goosebumps. This is going to be a long video, but this is worth it. This has got to be an orb. So remember the last thing we left off on, it went down below the rocks. I heard it down there. It shoots up to the bush. I hear it in the bush. Next time you hear it, guess where it's leaving? The bush. Guess what I said right beforehand? I hear it. Pay attention to the bush. Here's it again. Sounds
Boom.
There's
Boom,
must be
right
like a
there.
rock
Right
in
in the middle.
There's like a sound that's picking up right there. Dude, it's literally where I'm hearing the sounds it's moving from. It's literally like following these sounds. Gosh, dude.